sorry. Graduates, please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corey Sapp.
And my name is John Garvey.
And the Community School for Social Justice would like to officially welcome you to the graduation ceremony in celebration of our 2024 senior class.
Class of 2024, you are incredibly lucky because next year in school, we are banning all cell phones. In appreciation of us not having this rule for you, would you and everyone in the audience please take a moment to silence your cell phones?
Today, June 26, marks the dawn of a new era for our seniors, for they're beginning new chapters in their lives. What makes this ceremony even more special is that we have 3 retirees who are also beginning new chapters in their lives. Miss Barbara Sinessa is retiring after 20 years of service to the Department of Education. Mr. John DeRosa is retiring after 24 years of service in the Department of Education. And last, and certainly not least, Mr. Hugh Bonnick is retiring after 35 years of service to the Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and let's honor our retirees for a moment, please. Bonnick, John DeRosa, and Barbara Sinessa. We appreciate your service. We appreciate you. You may be seated. Senior class of 2024, you guys did it. We know that this year has been challenging to many of you, but you have all persevered and made it. On behalf of all the staff at CSSJ, we are so proud of each of you, and many of you have been waiting on this day since 9th grade. And for some, it's been a long, hard road. We hope that you guys continue to work hard, accomplish your dreams, whether it be going to college, the armed forces, the workforce, whatever it is you choose to do. Please make sure to put forth the skills you have acquired during your high school years as you transition to the next phase of your life. With that being said, we're going to transition. We're going to bring up our assistant principal, Ms. Dana Sutherland, as she introduces our keynote speaker.
Afternoon. Hello. Graduates, please accept my heartfelt congratulations. You all worked really hard to be sitting in those seats right now, and I wish you nothing but the best. All right, it is my honor to introduce this year's keynote speaker. It is a CSSJ tradition to periodically bring back alumni to speak to graduates, and we are happy to do this again for the class of 2024. Jamal Warren stands out as a member of the CSSJ class of 2013 for a few reasons. First of all, he dressed up for school every single day. He was better dressed than any of the staff members at all times. When he comes up here, you'll see what I mean. I actually remember wondering if he owned sneakers and sweatpants. Do you? Okay, good. His backpack was actually a briefcase. Secondly, he would bring a thermos of coffee with him wherever he went, which is not unusual today, but I feel like 10, 12 years ago, maybe was a little bit. We won't talk about the times that spilled in the classroom, because that was often. We also won't talk about his entrepreneurial activities in the school's cafeteria, which he just confessed today to selling pee-bats. If I could suspend him 11 years later, what? I'm just kidding. All right. Needless to say, he was a very memorable student for all who taught him and worked with him from the years of 2009 to 2013. To put that in perspective, you guys weren't even in kindergarten yet when he started CSSJ. All right, What really makes Jamal memorable is that he was such a serious student, totally dedicated to his future and his studies. He achieved a 95.47 GPA and was the valedictorian of his class. In fact, he never missed a day of school. Never. One day, he came in so sick that he could not get his head up off the desk. That's how dedicated he was to his education and his future. And of course, that dedication paid off. He went to Penn State, and it is no surprise to any of us at CSSJ that he now has a successful career as a senior investment analyst and is finishing up his MBA in finance. What a huge accomplishment. We never acknowledge that amazing attendance achievement, one that has never been replicated by any other CSSJ student since, and we'd like to acknowledge his perfect attendance now before he gives you his words of wisdom. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jamal Warren to the stage. This is for your perfect attendance.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. Hello, class of 2024. I'm thrilled to be speaking to you today. I wanted to say that 11 years and 3 days ago, I sat where you're sitting. And they say time flies, but I felt every minute of that time. I still remember my time here at CSSJ. Yes, I did have a whole hustle in the lunchroom selling sodas and candies and snacks. Yes, I sold some homework here and there. Jamie accuses me of selling Wi-Fi, but 11, 12 years ago, the Wi-Fi was very worthless. YouTube was blocked. I didn't see the point in charging people to get money for it. My business was shut down by Bionic because admin was a bunch of haters. I was on the track team with Matt McKenna. I also remember being on the mock trial team with Barbara Bernstein. That class was you had to be very dedicated. You had to give up weekends and vacations in order to be a part of the team because it was very cumbersome. I also remember being part of the yearbook committee with Sherry Ann. And I will say that I'll probably be the only student to get the 4-year perfect attendance award, and I've never missed a day from 5th grade all the way to the day I finished high school. But I will say that I wish I put more of my health first. If I wasn't sick, I would show up for school. But if you are sick, especially since COVID, I probably would have stayed home and taken care of myself a lot better. I have one embarrassing story I'm willing to share. So before the gym was made the way you guys see it, it was one big giant room. I, oddly enough, was playing football. We had another student named Don who was a lot shorter than I am, and I'm towering over him, about to go in for a kill. Another student named Denzel Kennedy, about my height, much larger build than I am, decided to charge at me from my side, hit me so hard I flew across the gym floor and ripped my pants. For years I always kept an extra pair of clothes in my locker for such an occasion. He went to play football in college. I went to the accounting club and finance club in college. I knew my place. Now, transitioning from high school to college was a challenge in itself. I went from a city to a very small town called Middletown, Pennsylvania. Now, say what you want about the MTA, you leave New York City, you will beg for it. Say goodbye to bacon, egg, and cheese, and good pizza as well. Now, the college aspect of all of that was college moves at a faster pace. You'll be given homework assignments that sometimes may not be graded, but helps you prepare for a heavily weighted exam. Missing assignments does not help you. Matter of fact, there are some assignments you'll have to make up for no credit because it's part of a larger project. So it's better off just getting it done on time. The other part of that is, I will say that's a good part, is if your professor says write me 3 to 5 pages, they really do mean 3. Please don't go past the 5. They will tend to dislike you. But in all seriousness, college will not let you drown. If you're having issues with a course, talk to your professor, go to the Learning Center, and they were willing to help you. You don't want to make up a college course because it's a waste of money and a waste of time. Now, I also kind of hesitated to bring these parts up because it's very traumatic, but in my college experience, I did have a very hard time. In my first year of college, I got hit by a car while I was on a bike. I had a crutch on my leg and I had to walk around, very hard to get around. In my second year, I had a very traumatic experience. I had a triple homicide in my family. I flunked out. I failed every course. I left college for a year. Because I said college won't let you drown, I actually went back and talked to someone and they actually got that semester removed from my transcript because it was such a traumatic experience. I came back, and in the semester later, my house burns down. I get over that. In my summers, during the summer, I lose my car because I got into an accident and the person totaled my car. I say all that because life is full of challenges and surprises, and each and every time I had to overcome each and every single one. And some of those things took a very long time to overcome. And I will say that I waited till after the fact with college when I had the family experience because I didn't understand that I could have got what the possible options were. But if you ask people for help, they are willing to help you. Now, I'll just have about 5 other things I just want to kind of touch upon. You have the freedom to define who you are. You will start on a path where you define who you are as a person, where you want to be in life years from now, and you will still not be the same person you were that you were in high school. You will mature, you will gain wisdom, maybe a bit of weight. When I finished high school, I was 125, I'm 180, but lucky for me, I still fit the same pant size. As you grow older, your life will evolve, and you will define yourself. Treasure it like you treasure them. And change it when necessary, and honor it. And don't let anyone take it away from you. Number 2, find your passion. I know it's easier said than done. As graduates, you might be wondering what your future dreams are and your goals are. If you already have a plan, embrace them and take bold steps towards them. If you're unsure, don't worry. You're still young, with plenty of time to discover your passions and who you want to be as a person. Remember, your passions may change. You are in charge of your life, so make decisions according to your heart and listen to them carefully, and you'll be the happier for it. Now, finding your passion takes time. Some people discover them instantly, while others take longer. I went to college to study accounting, and I got my first accounting job and discovered I actually hated it. But I was able to find a way. I went into finance. Finance and accounting are 2 different things, if you believe it or not. But lucky for me, I just actually had a degree that allows me to take any position in business. Some people go to college and realize they don't like their major, and you can change it. But it takes time to find out what you want to be. Now, you also may consider whether or not some of your passions can actually support you in life. Now, they say money isn't everything, but it is very important. And my message to parents, congratulations. You're about to witness your children finish high school. Now, though the legal obligations are over, your guidance is still crucial. They'll still need your wisdom and your advice and the occasional smack upside the head. Your job now is to help them avoid some of your own mistakes, but they'll still make some of their own. Offer them support, but try to avoid the "I told you so" speeches. Number 3, there is no easy way out. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, the easiest way to deal with it is going through it. Be bold and honest. Face the hard conversations. Take actions. It's worth navigating the tough territory as you emerge stronger and wiser. Confronting challenges head-on develops integrity and valuable traits, and brings peace knowing you did your best. Success takes time and patience. It won't happen overnight. Whatever you want to do will require you to get some form of education or training. However, don't work yourself to death. Maintain a work-life balance. You work to live, you don't live to work. But again, you have to earn it. If you want a good job, you have to work for it. You want good friends, be a friend. You want respect, be respectful. This is going to seem harsh, but no one owes you anything. You have to make the life you want. Don't wait for it to come to you. If you're handed a great opportunity, embrace it and consider yourself incredibly lucky and do everything you can do to keep it. Number 4, be responsible for your actions. From this moment on, you are accountable for who you are. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your peers, or anyone else. Your parents can help and guide you, but the path is yours to walk. Teachers, family, friends, and people and other adults you know are willing to help you if you're willing to listen. Surround yourself with positive peers. Friends are a valuable asset that can help you in your circle. But as you mature, your circle needs to mature with you. Own your actions. It's a crucial part of growing up. If you spend your life blaming others for your mistakes or shortcomings, you will never respect your own worth as a unique and capable individual. Self-respect and confidence come by taking responsibility for your lives and how we live them. Number 5, believe in yourself. You may not know what your life plans are, and that's okay. I myself am still going to figure out some parts. I know pretty much kind of which way I'm going, but there's still some things I need to figure out. You may feel anxious about your future and unsure about what you want to do, or who you want to be, or where you want to go. Remember, you have plenty of time to figure that out. Don't feel pressured to have everything perfectly planned. It cannot be planned by anyone else, because it's going to be you that has to live that life every single day. Trust that you will discover your dreams and your purpose. If you do have a plan, pursue it with determination and commitment, but remain open to change. I want to close with this. Life offers us the freedom to reinvent our goals and start anew. With these passions, each day brings new opportunities, if you're looking for them, in the right place at the right time. Keep your eyes and heart open to new friends, jobs, and pursuits. Even seemingly small opportunities can lead to something good. Don't overlook them, if they often open doors and significant achievements. Congratulations, class of 2024. Never stop learning. The journey ahead is yours to shape. Embrace it with confidence and curiosity. Congratulations. Thank you.
Class of 2024, you are about to move into the real world, where you're going to be dealing with, among other things, going to work every day. My one piece of advice on this end is to always excessively compliment your boss, because they pay your salary. Our next speaker is our amazing, talented, handsome, intelligent, outstanding principal, Jamie Guzman.
All right, what an introduction. Thank you, John. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2024, esteemed faculty, parents, and friends. Today marks a significant milestone in your lives. It's a day filled with mixed emotions, excitement for the future, nostalgia for the memories you leave behind, and perhaps a touch of apprehension about what lies ahead. As we stand on the threshold of your graduation, it's important to reflect on the journey that brought each of you here and the path that awaits you beyond the walls of CSSJ. Throughout your 4 years at CSSJ, you have grown not only academically, but also as individuals. You have faced challenges head-on, such as successfully completing your graduation level PBATs, triumphed over obstacles and meeting necessary deadlines, and celebrated numerous achievements, big or small. Each of you has a unique story of perseverance and resilience, a testament to your strength, determination, and ability to be self-reflective in all aspects of your academic and personal lives. Your teachers, family group advisors, guidance counselors, social workers, parents, and family members have played a pivotal role in shaping you into the person you are today. They have imparted knowledge, instilled values, shared their own personal experiences and struggles, and encouraged you to be the best version of yourself. Now it's up to each of you to take that knowledge and apply it daily as you sit in your college courses or step into the workforce starting tomorrow. But before you do, let us take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to these individuals who have impacted your lives and provided unwavering support, guidance, patience, and love by giving them a round of applause. As you prepare to embark on the next chapter of your lives, remember that the journey of learning never truly ends. Civil rights activist and former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, once said, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." Remember that every day is an opportunity to learn, change, and make impact. Just because you have successfully completed your PBAT and are on the verge of graduating from CSSJ doesn't mean you stop learning. For instance, were you aware that many of the CSSJ staff have furthered their education by pursuing a secondary master's degree beyond what is required professionally? Some staff members consistently attend professional development workshops throughout New York City that enhance their teaching strategies. Other staff members are habitual readers and participate in monthly book clubs, and some staff members love to travel and scatter around the world to places such as Germany, France, Italy, and Costa Rica, to name a few. I'm also a lifelong learner. Over the past 17 years, I've had the privilege of learning directly from a certain CSSJ staff member who, like you, is also moving to the next stage of his life, Mr. Hugh Bonnick. I have learned from Mr. Bonnick the value of patience, the art of raising expectations, and the pride that comes with having made a difference. Thank you for always making me feel that my voice counted and for giving me the self-confidence to be where I am today. I hope that you feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. These graduates are a reflection of the devotion you've shown to us all throughout your career, and I will continue the work and also promise to take every opportunity to learn. Therefore, class of 2024, whether you pursue further education, enter the workforce, or explore different opportunities, approach every challenge with curiosity, patience, and an open mind. Don't ever lose sight of your dreams and aspirations, and strive to make a positive impact on the world around us. Remember, your voice counts and is needed throughout your respective communities. When the time comes that you have a moment of self-doubt, which you will, please think to yourself, what would Bonnick say to me right now? I'm sure you'll be guided in the right direction. I know I will. Class of 2024, as you bid farewell to this chapter and look ahead to the future, cherish the memories you have created together. Try to stay connected, support one another, and continue to grow and evolve as individuals. Take a moment to look around the room. You will never be surrounded by so many people who have worked so hard to see you succeed. We pass the torch to you. Carry it with you and keep the flame burning. Congratulations to each and every one of you for reaching this incredible milestone. May your futures be filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment. Here's to the class of 2024. May you continue to shine brightly wherever life may lead you. Thank you.
As a teacher, it's always exciting to have a student in class who sets high expectations for themselves and then meets those goals. Our 2024 salutatorian never settles for just good enough. They are passionate about learning, thinking deeply about the world, and growing as a person. We're living in a world that has many, many, many obstacles. But when I see a new generation of students who can be as fiercely intelligent and empathetic as our salutatorian, it makes me optimistic, but no pressure. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you your 2024 salutatorian, Ishay Hunter.
Between me and you, I'm really glad I didn't trip just now. Welcome family, faculty, friends, and the class of 2024. We've come a long way since 9th grade, meeting each other virtually due to COVID to now. We went from cameras to masks, and we didn't even really know what each other looked like until the prom. We've overcome many obstacles together. The first PBAT, the second PBAT, the third PBAT, the realization that the teachers might just be making up work to keep us here longer. The fourth PBAT, I think you follow. Only we know the individual struggles that we've had to overcome to get to here. It's true. I mean, I know that if my mom didn't buy that Metro North ticket every day, that I wouldn't be here, literally and figuratively. Many of us wouldn't have made it this far if it weren't for New York Edge and the endless attendance incentives. And of course, none of us would be here if not for our dear friend, procrastination. Many thought of procrastination as our enemy, but we turned it into an art form. Under its pressure, we discovered talents we never knew we had. Speed typing essays at 11 p.m., creating slideshows overnight, and delivering presentations with confidence built on sheer adrenaline. Even my cap was decorated just last night, but you'd never know. My mom is a science teacher, and last year she came to me with an idea for my senior year. She asked me if I'd like to transfer to her school for my last year of high school. To be honest, there wasn't really a reason I shouldn't have gone. I had more than enough credits to graduate. Because of her school's program, I'd get some part-time work experience under my belt, and I'd be able to spend more time with my mom, which is hard to pass up. But then it reminded me of what made CSSJ so special in the first place. It reminded me of late night scrolling on TikTok, I know, shocker, and seeing so many kids my age telling everyday horror stories about their schools. And all I could think was, how could that even be real? How could teachers genuinely treat their students that way? It's because they don't have teachers that you can ask about anything. They don't have teachers that will sacrifice their lunch period for students who just need a safe space. They don't have teachers who will give you second, third, and fourth chances, even if you might not deserve it. CSSJ staff are simply amazing. Thanks to the consistent love and support from my friends and teachers here. Come September, I will be attending Barnard College as a first-generation private school student. But before I go, I have a few shout-outs. Corey, I'm gonna miss your off-the-dome Pinterest quotes, even the corny ones, so all of them. Betsy, oh my God, that annotated bibliography, I better use that in college. Sherry Ann, I'm gonna miss our after-school therapy sessions. Thank you for your service. Anthony, thank you for showing me the life-changing magic of the in-text citation. Kara, you know and we know that your encouraging advising made all the difference. And no one has taught me more about Google Sheets than Joshua Kirchen. Shout out to the Bronx United baseball team. Don't worry guys, we'll get a championship next year. CSSJ is what you'd call a hidden gem, and every day I'm so grateful that I stumbled upon it. Standing here now, I'm so glad that I didn't take the opportunity to transfer to my mom's school last year. I mean, City As might be cool and all, but in the words of philosopher, poet, and motivational speaker Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our valedictorian. This student's characteristics of perseverance, resilience, compassion, determination, and care have distinguished her as a student since the moment she walked through our doors. Not only is this student an athlete and academically curious, but their contributions to our school climate and culture cannot be understated. There are countless times that this student has gone above and beyond to ensure that their peers feel safe, valued, and respected within our school community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome Ms. Salali Lumor.
Hello, class of 2024. I'm not that tall. I want to begin by giving a round of applause to all the families, teachers, friends, and of course pets who have supported and sacrificed so much for us all to be here. Give it up. I was going to sing y'all a song, but I was told to leave the singing to Beyonce, so I'll stick to a speech. 2020 was a time to remember. Our whole first year of high school was full of black screens, broken cameras, accidental unmuted mics, and so many awkwardly silent breakout rooms. We had created mental pictures of what we assumed everyone looked like, and we were surprised and sometimes a little shocked when we actually saw their faces behind the mask. It felt like an episode of Love is Blind. If you know, you know. When I first walked onto the Girard campus, everything was so new and unfamiliar. I remember crying because the building was too big, and I was worried I was going to get lost going from class to class. There was just too many doors and too many floors. Little did I know, this hidden gym is actually just a small place I will soon call home. So much has changed these past 4 years, but the one thing that remained the same was family group. Family group is one of the many things so special about CSSJ. It was in family group where I made the most meaningful connections. If you walked into one of our family group sessions, you would catch us coming at each other's throats over a game of Uno or working together to solve a New York Times connections, or maybe even describing our moods using weather terms. There was never a day where I wasn't excited to go to family group. It was my second favorite period, first being lunch, of course. Love lunch. It has been such a pleasure getting to be a small part of the great journeys you are all destined to lead. Now, in my ripe old age of 18, I'm becoming a bit nostalgic. I've been thinking about how being so entangled in our own stories can isolate us. But when we allow ourselves to have even small interactions, whether it's a hello, a friendly gesture, or even a smile, we become a part of their stories ever so slightly. A few years ago, something clicked when I learned the word Sonder. Sonder is the profound feeling when you realize that everyone is their main character in their own story, living a life as complex as your own. Realizing this made me look at my school community with a set of new eyes. Taking the time to see and appreciate all the individuals around me allowed me to create some special moments in CSSJ, like talking with Livy about how bad the kids were at my internship, for example, or practicing my Spanish with Karen and Joshua, hola, or eating cheesecake Hermes made. It was so bomb. So, even sharing tears with my friends during our Bluest Eye presentation. Before I learned the word Sonder, I thought I was just super nosy and needed to mind my own business. But no, it's a real feeling. I guess at the root of it all, we share a commonality, empathy. We have the ability to share and relate to other people's lives and stories. Realizing this has taught me one valuable lesson. Life is all about the connections we make. Growing up, I've always been a hard worker, and I prided myself on getting everything done by myself. I thought asking for help was a sign of weakness, so I kept to myself. It was me and my water bottle, my Owala, against the world. Laughter became my medicine. You can't cry if you're laughing, right? And everyone knows I love to laugh. This mindset worked for me up until last year. All the walls I built started crumbling like dried up leaves when someone asked me, "How are you?" These 3 simple words, backed by genuine sincerity and concern, pulled me out of the cycle I had maintained for so long. A weight lifted from my shoulders that day. I wasn't alone on this journey. Help was all around me. I just had to be willing to accept it, and so I did. So many people showed up for me and extending a helping hand, especially the staff here at CSSJ. From social workers to lunch ladies, every step of the way I felt supported. I wanted to give a special mention to my favorite teachers, Kara and Amos, who have helped me in more ways than I can express. They became a second family to me and joined in on the endless support my brothers had for me. Shout out to Elijah and Mista. Much love. Now, I can proudly say I am on my way to Bard College with a full ride scholarship. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You're not alone. Like our parents always say, it takes a village. By building these bonds, we have the chance to make the greatest impact on each other and the world. I want to give final thank yous to my mom who couldn't be here today, my siblings, my cousins, Miss Hunter, where are you? And all of you for your time. It was a pleasure being here. And now, before I go, the song I promised y'all. Just kidding. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you so much.
Family group, with an emphasis on family. Family group, ladies and gentlemen, is an integral part of our school community, and it is part of the reason why we have such a unique bond here between staff and students. The educators that I'm getting ready to introduce on stage have been part of the senior graduating classes' lives since they've entered our school community as freshmen. So I am sure that these educators are very excited to see their seniors through to the finish line. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome family group advisors John DeRosa, Jennifer Loving, Janine Redmond, Beatrice Reynoso de la Cruz, and Kara Saunders.
And thank you for letting me share that with you in those 4 years. It's been a great 4. All right. First in line, the UFT and English Language Arts Council present the award for Outstanding Achievement in English Language Arts to Myra Beltran Felix. Next is the Blanche Schwartz Award in recognition of a student who has demonstrated a high level of motivation and determination to succeed in, it is presented, to Santos Rivas. Santos. Okay, next is the UFT Science Committee Award for Excellence in the Sciences, and it's presented to 2 people, Karen Flores Lucas and Kanani Jones. Okay, next, the New York City Controller's Student Achievement Award in recognition of their outstanding contributions to their community and their leadership among their peers is presented to Ishe Hunter and Solari Lamore. And next up, Miss Jennifer Loving.
go. All right. So the Bronx Borough President Peacemaker Award for a student who has been able to promote peace through mediation or conflict resolution in the school is presented to Brianna Perez and Madison. Madison Spencer. I want to say your name. Okay. The PSAL graduation certificate for a graduating athlete who has demonstrated outstanding athletic improvement, leadership, and school service is awarded to Samira Colindres.
One day I'll learn how to say your name correctly.
One day. One day. The UFT Math Teachers Committee Award for Outstanding Achievement in Mathematics is presented to the following students: Ethan Garcia, Kanani Jones, and Emily Piana Garcia.
Congrats. Congrats.
And then the New York State Attorney General's Triple C Award in recognition of the courage, character, and commitment of New York State's outstanding students is awarded to the following 3 students: Adrian Castillo, Aaliyah Quinones, and Joshua Lopez Nunez.
Congrats, girl.
And here is Janine.
Hello. My first award is the James K. Hackett Award. It is dedicated to a student who has demonstrated excellence in oratory, either verse or prose, is presented to Myra Beltran Felix. The UFT Association of Social Studies Teachers Certificate of Merit for Outstanding Achievement in Social Studies is presented to Ashley Ruiz. The President of the Borough of the Bronx Exemplary Service Award for their contributions to the betterment of the community and for being an example of extraordinary youth leadership is presented to Nailani Saunders. The Louisa Wingate Underhill Certificate for a graduating female athlete who has exhibited outstanding athletic achievement, scholarship, character, and sportsmanship is awarded to Myra Beltran Felix. Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. Okay. So, the American Federation of School Administrators Leadership Award in recognition of outstanding leadership is presented to Karen Flores Lucas. The New York City Department of Education Chancellor's Roll of Honor for academic excellence is presented to the following students. Please hold your applause until I've called all the names. Cadmiel Abaca Amoa, Mayra Beltran Felix, Ishe Hunter, Salali Lumor, Ashley Ruiz. Come on, girl. You gotta come. Congratulations. Okay, Ishe, and then Salali. Yes. Congratulations. And Ashley. Congratulations. Okay. The George W. Wingate Memorial Certificate for a graduating male athlete who has exhibited outstanding athletic achievement, scholarship, character, and sportsmanship is awarded to Justin Deaza. Justin! Congratulations! Oh, so happy. And the CSA Student Leadership Award in recognition of outstanding leadership is presented to Karen Flores Lucas.
Graduates. Okay, so the final awards, I have the final few. The President of the Borough of the Bronx Educational Merit Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement is presented to Ashley Ruiz. Go Ashley! You're welcome. Okay. The Bronx Borough President's Leadership Award in recognition of outstanding achievement, academic excellence, and leadership is awarded to our valedictorian and salutatorian, Salali Loomer and Ishe Hunter. Okay, I have a few names for this one, so let's wait to clap until I read them all, please. The Public Advocate Award in recognition of the hard work and achievement of those who have demonstrated exceptional commitment not only to academics, but also to community service and advocacy is presented to the following students. Myra Beltran Felix, Aramis Elsie, Ethan Garcia, Emily Payano Garcia, and Nailani Saunders. Congratulations, you all. All right. The New York State Comptroller's Award in recognition for their hard work, dedication, and success is awarded to Ishay Hunter. And the Richard Welling Certificate for Outstanding Citizenship Service and Leadership in the Student Government is presented to Solali Loomer.
Yes. Walk it off. Walk it off.
And now I would like to introduce the Community School Director and Assistant Community Director, Ashley Fredo and Craig Thompson.
Go ahead, Craig. You can use yours. It's the same thing.
Earlier this month, the seniors presented their last PBAT and CSSJ, the Social Action PBAT. This project was created in part by our former economics teacher and current assistant principal, Dana Sutherland. Students were tasked with researching an issue of social justice and creating a nonprofit organization that seeks to have a positive impact on their community.
The seniors presented their final PBATs to the entire school community, who then had the opportunity to vote for their favorite project. To reward the seniors for their hard work and dedication on this PBAT, New York Edge will present 2 iPads to the students who went above and beyond, as determined by the CSSJ community. The 2, oh, okay, hey. And the 2 winners are Ermis Elseviv and Solali Loomer. I take one.
Over the past 4 years, I've gotten to see how creative the class of 2024 is. We have talented artists, guitarists, writers, and TikTok creators amongst you. To celebrate your creative side, some of the students decorated their graduation caps. And earlier today, our teachers voted on a winner, and we have a small prize for you. I was backstage earlier furiously texting, who won, who won, who won? And they were having a really hard time choosing because there were so many amazing caps. But congratulations to the winner, Camila Medina Cleto.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of every year, when I am redecorating my classroom, I make it a point to put an image of my grandmother up. My grandmother passed away in 2012, but the reason that I put the image up is because she believed in me when I did not believe in myself. Graduates, today marks a great accomplishment for you, but you did not do it by yourself. Your parents, guardians, and family members have helped you along the way towards your personal and educational goals. Whether it was waking you up in the mornings to make sure you made it to school on time, cooking you meals, taking care of you when you got sick, or encouraging you when times became challenging, and so on, and so on, and so on. Your parents and guardians have invested in you financially and emotionally. Family is the best thing that you can ever wish for. They are there for you during the ups and downs and love you no matter what. Graduates, please stand and thank your parents and guardians for their sacrifices, discipline, and love. These roses should be a symbol of your gratitude. Please come up and present your loved one with a rose. Please distribute one rose per student. Once you have distributed a rose, please return to your seats.
Four years go by very fast, so it's important to make sure we take time to remember. The class of 2024 is filled with some of the most loyal friends that I've ever seen. Am I right? I hope that you all realize how special that is and are able to continue having these strong bonds once you leave high school. But before we look forward, let's take a second to look back. With that in mind, please sit back, grab some Kleenex or your cap and gown, and enjoy the wonderful slideshow that Juan and Sherry Ann put together, highlighting friendships, embarrassments, and fun that we've had during high school. It was supposed to be much longer, but we didn't have any pictures from freshman year, so yeah, please enjoy.
Late at night hit a pinnacle. Shining on them, I'd rather trip alone. Put those on game who didn't know the true form of pure evil's invisible, so I keep a lot of vision. Every night I try to reach your mind and see what's in your eyes. Don't let me catch your eye, we're wasting time, 'cause all media mislead us. True wealth is knowledge. They gon' try to hold you down, but we gon' get back up right now. They gon' try to mute the sound, but just know that you got that power in the soul.
In this life, arms open wide. In the soul, caught up and I'm floating wide. In the soul, in this life, arms open wide. In the soul, let's go. Maybe yeah, we can go up. Feeling just don't stop in there. Maybe yeah, we can go up. Maybe yeah, we can go up.
I'm ready for war. Coming to town and I'm high on the rise in the city of gold. Fighting the tide with my feelings aside when it's 2 in the night. The fire in my heart's gonna keep me alive and I'm ready for war. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. The voice in my head, hey, it's telling me that I should stay in my bed cause it's 2 in the night. Woo! Why can't I sleep when it's 2 in the night? Cause the fire in my soul, hey, the fire in my soul got me ready to fight and I'm ready for war. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Climbed the streets and I found my way over. You know I've been so
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
We started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
And now for the roll call, where all the names of our graduates are going to be named. We have Miss Annabelle and Celeste.
Oh, Bonnick, may you please come to the stage?
We waiting for that. Come on, Bonnie. It's too long. You want me to start? All right, now for the part we've all been waiting for. First name. Cadmiel Abaka Amoa, principal's list. front? They're going ahead of us? It seems like we're behind, right? Okay.
Kalani Arce Blanco.
Michael Baez.
Myra Beltran Felix, honor roll.
Adrian Castillo.
Alexis Castillo.
Samira Calendris.
Now it's
William Cruz.
Adrian, you did it.
Justin Diaza.
Hermes Elsavi. Honor roll.
Karen Flores Lucas, honor roll.
Ethan Garcia.
I'm telling you, we did it.
Abubakari Gumani.
Esmeralda Hidalgo.
Ishay Hunter, principal's list.
Jay Jimenez.
Kanani Jones.
Christopher Liriano.
Yes, you did it.
Joshua Lopez Nunez, honor roll.
Salali Loomer, principal's list.
Camila Medina Cleto.
Not the crown.
Emily Payano Garcia.
Oh, I like that she hasn't got God's plan. Enrique Perez Guzman.
Brianna Perez.
Livy Panero.
Danielyn Prado Orozco Mendoza.
Aaliyah Quinones.
Luis Reyes.
Get smack later, Mark. Bro.
Santos Rivas.
Ashley Ruiz, honor roll.
Edwin Ruiz.
Scarlett Salgado, honor roll.
Carlos Salomon.
Leonardo Salucio.
Nalani Saunders, honor roll.
Madison Spencer.
Giovanni Last and but not least, Giovanni Velasquez de Jesus.
Thank you. Good job.
Good job. Could be something else. Congratulations. Do something else. Okay, here we go.
Okay, now we're down to the moment we've been waiting for 4 years. Can I have the class of 2024 please stand up? Big moment. By the power vested in me by the state of New York, I now declare you graduates. Congratulations. Vamos, music.